Yeah, yo, sometimes you gotta go to war for what you believe in. Sometimes you gotta go to war for what it is that you want, what you see that's right. I'm about to go to war, but lyrically. War cry, baby. Yeah. Hey yo, war cries echoes in the background. That's the sound of soldiers getting ripped up and tore down. Lyrically dismantle metaphors and manhandle. Marauder with me.
Welcome to another edition of Oppose My Will podcast. I'm your host, your brother Ramone. With me, my host, my big bro Joe. What's happening, G?
I'm doing good, brother. How you?
Man, I'm doing pretty decent, man. I just want to, just first and foremost, say we've been gone a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But we are back, um, doing the best that we can with the way things are. But we're definitely back. Um, we tried to get on and record last week. It didn't happen for whatever reasons. Mainly to talk about, actually, what was that? 2 weeks ago, I think. Talk about the return of Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
There was a few fights. It was a few fights that we wanted to get on and talk about that we missed the opportunity. But it's okay because it's a lot of, it's a lot of opinions and stuff already out there for those fights. But if you guys are interested in how we felt our opinions on this fight, please let us know. You can let us know in the comment section. We will definitely swing back around and talk about the Deontay Wilder fight and how we felt, and him being without Malik Scott, and whatever other fights that we may have missed on here. Joe, I wanted to jump into this weekend. So this weekend is crazy, y'all. For fight fans. We're going to talk about the Taylor Serrano III card. We're also going to talk about the Berlanga Sheeraz card as well. Probably pick some fights from each, the ones that we're most excited about, and talk about them a little bit. Joe, before we get started, man, anything you want to say to the people or just say in general?
Hey, man, we back, y'all. It's like you said, it's a lot of boxing with this month alone. We got a lot of boxing coming up, so you definitely stay connected. We're gonna tap in with y'all, and hopefully be able to keep the episodes with y'all this month. And yeah, y'all. I hope y'all excited. Definitely tune in this week, next week, and the week after that. We got a lot of boxing.
Yeah, we got a lot of boxing. Please don't forget. And honestly, I kind of feel like, and I know this is something that we probably touch on next week, but I kind of feel like the promotion for Usyk, Daniel Dubois too, hasn't really been that crazy, to be honest with you. Like, have you really been seeing a lot of it? Say it again.
I said, yeah, it feels like it's been light.
Very light.
And I don't know if it's just because it's so many big fights coming up, you know what I mean, and dope cards on top of that. Like this weekend, I feel like it's just dope cards, Friday night, Saturday night, and I'm wondering if that's overshadowing. You know what I mean, the marketing for that.
I don't know, man. It's tough because I ain't seen much either. It is a Riyadh season matchroom kind of card, and usually they're on point with the promotion, especially a fight of this magnitude. Undisputed, kind of fight, controversial first fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of story, and they play on backstory a lot. So that makes me think like, man, what the heck is kind of going on? But you could be right. What's going on this weekend as far as the Riyadh season card, especially with Shakur and Zepeda, with the smaller ring and the shrinking ring and all this different stuff. A lot of that probably has taken precedence, especially over these last couple of weeks. Turkey kind of poking at Shakur while doing business with Shakur. So I think a lot of that probably has taken away from this huge mega fight with Usyk Dubois, that we should be talking about it more. Even with even on the same night is Tim Tszyu Fundora too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've been seeing more about that, to be honest with you.
exactly. I've definitely been seeing more about that. I've been
And
hearing
the
boxing pundits
Pacquiao's
talk
that
more
card.
about that.
Yeah, Manny
Right,
Pacquiao and Barrios is that
right.
card.
Pacquiao Barrios. So I'm not sure what's up with that. With that, for sure. For sure, next week we'll chop it up, give our thoughts, give our take on who's gonna win, how, and all of that. But I just wanted to point that out, man. I thought that was a little interesting. That I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like the promotion for it just has not been as up to par with their other promotions. And like I said, they've been crazy with how they've been, promoting. They've been promoting Bud Canelo so crazy, and that fight ain't even till September. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's just my take. That's just my take.
And
But
plus, you would have figured this would have been promoted heavy with it going
yeah,
down in Wembley Stadium. That's big for London.
yeah. Wembley Stadium. What's the capacity? It's a crazy capacity. It's a crazy. It's a soccer,
Yeah,
stadium.
that's
It's a
going to
nuts
be record
capacity.
selling probably for the.
Yeah. It's gonna be nuts. So I don't know, but we'll circle back to that next week and really chop it up about that fight and that card in general. I want to jump into first um, July 11th, which is Friday. Mega card: Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano III, all women's. I guess you can call it pay-per-view if you don't have Netflix, but it is on Netflix, which is going to boost the numbers even more crazy. Um, Last time we saw something on Netflix was the Mike Tyson Jake Paul thing, which kind of broke Netflix for a little bit. So hopefully they learned some things and got some service together and all of that. But just to have boxing on a streaming service like that puts it in puts it in houses and in front of eyes of people who normally don't watch boxing, right?
Right.
So here we are, mega female card. I wanted to go through this card a little bit, especially with more kind of like the highlight names on it. So of course we got Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano III. We'll talk about that very shortly. We got Alycia Baumgardner versus Jennifer Miranda. This is Alicia's debut on MVP. She signed an MVP
Yep.
with Jake Paul, which we got to talk about MVP. Maybe we'll do that next week as well because MVP is it's a
They're
larger
doing
thing.
their
It's
thing.
it's larger than a lot of people really even think about, right? So we'll talk about that. Savannah Marshall versus Shadasia Green. This is going to be a banger. This might be possibly the fight of the night, in my opinion, if it goes right. We saw Shadasia. Her last fight was with the heavy hitting diva, and she lost that fight, right? But it was a tough fight. With Franchon Cruz, tough fight, but entertaining fight, right? So her versus
Right.
Savannah Marshall. We already know how Savannah Marshall get down. That's going to be a great fight. We got Shanika Johnson. We have Chantel Cameron on this card too. So it's a crazy card. I wanna kind of stop right there, and I wanna oh yeah, man, Ramala Ali. So I want to go up a little bit and talk about this Savannah Marshall versus Shadasia Green fight, man. Give me some of your thoughts. It don't have to be crazy long. I know this is not the main event. This is a few
Right.
a few fights down, but it's notable. So I wanted to stop there.
Yeah, this fight right here, it says a lot.
Yeah.
One just with Savannah Marshall alone. You know, coming onto this soil over here, which we already know the history with her and Clarissa Shields.
Right.
And then with Shadasia Green. Yeah, I mean, who
Right.
the last opponent for Clarissa. So with
Yeah.
these two going at it, I think it's gonna create a lot of attention. And like you said, this could be a great fight because Shadasia put on She fought. So to see
Right.
how Savannah Marshall handled with the pressure, and it's kind
Right.
of like almost, I would say, for Shadasia, it would be another opportunity to go for somebody at that caliber. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, this one's going to be a hell of a fight. I haven't seen Savannah Marshall fight in a while, though. So I wonder
Yeah.
how she's going to really handle the pressure and the size of Shadasia.
I agree. We did recently see Savannah Marshall fight, but it was an MMA instead of boxing. So she made her debut. Yeah, she made her debut fighting MMA. Um, and she won. So she's a two-sport athlete now. Um, I'm sure they're trying to line it up to, or they were trying to line it up with the whole Clarissa Shields joint, but it sounds like Clarissa Shields is out of the MMA business. She's talking about having kids and, and all this different stuff. So I don't foresee her coming back to MMA. Shadasia Green, um, like I said, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Shadasia. She fights well. She's really big. She got power. Like I said, she fought Franchon Cruz and caught an L there, but that was a good fight. But won her last two fights. So I think she is primed to. Well, I think she has to make a statement, right?
Right.
She lost against, her first big fight, which was Franchon Cruz, who at the time had, she was she had all four belts, right? Um, she missed that opportunity. But here we are with Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall is another large name, top, at least top five
Yeah.
name in women's boxing. If not top five, maybe top six in women's boxing. And really, the truth be told, if she's gone down in stature, it's just because she lost to Clarissa Shield.
That was it.
And even that was a tough fight. It was Clarissa won that fight. I would say clearly, but it was still a very tough fight. How many people can fight Clarissa like that? So this is
Exactly.
a large task for Shadasia Green. Um, it'll mean more, in my opinion, to her if she was to get the dub over Savannah, and not and vice versa. But I think it'll mean more to her to get this win. It's going to boost her profile. She's looking for the big fights. She's trying to go up. She was on MVP before all these new chicks was just signed. You see them sign all these new chicks.
Right.
Alycia, which is a big name. Now you got girls like jumping over her essentially. So she got to do well against this big name, and that's going to put her back in a proper place. I hope she does not get lost in the shuffle of all these new girls, all these new names, and these big names. Alycia Baumgardner is going to take up a lot of space over there at MVP. And Amanda
Got a
Serrano. I mean,
stable of
hell,
women though, bro.
say it again.
I said he got a stable of female fighters over there.
You got a stable, and you gotta show out to get pushed up to the front at this point, man. Because again,
Hmm.
she was the female face at one point of MVP.
Right.
Now you're not. So I'm hoping for a good fight. If I had to give like kind of a little bit of a breakdown of what it would look like, I would say Savannah Marshall is going to be active. She always lets her hands go. Shadasia Green lets her hands go. She has the power.
Yeah,
She's a
he
tad
does.
bit, in my opinion, she's a tad bit slower than Savannah Marshall. So I think she's really going to have to use her counterpunching skills to get this fight done. If not, I think Savannah Marshall would beat her by just by overwhelming her with shots. So that's my little prediction.
It's gonna be interesting to see how she get inside with
Yeah,
Shadasia Green height.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's gonna be interesting to
Let's,
see.
yeah, absolutely. Who Savannah Marshall might be taller if I'm not mistaken, or they might be
Really?
similar. Yeah. I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. Oh, by the way, this is IBF WBO World Super Middleweight titles are on the line.
Mm-hmm.
That's another dope thing about this card is that it's multiple title fights.
I think it said it
Multiple
was
title
supposed to be
fights.
possibly Guinness record for as many title fights in the fight.
Wow.
I mean, 4
Wow.
card. Yeah.
Crazy. All female card, all big fights. I mean, you couldn't ask for more, right? Let's skip up a little bit. Let's go over to Alycia Baumgardner versus Jennifer Miranda. By the way, this is for the IBF, IBO, WBC, WBO World Super Featherweight title. All of the titles
Yes.
are online for this fight. This is a big fight. You got any thoughts on this one, Joe?
Um, this one here, I think is going to be an opportunity for Alycia to really debut her skills at
Yeah.
MVP.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to be really hungry. If anybody knows from her previous fight that got stopped due to the injury of the homegirl she was fighting.
Yeah.
I forget her name, so excuse me. But I
It
just
was at
think
that
Alycia.
weird card. You remember that weird card?
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
super weird card. It was held in Georgia somewhere. But
Georgia somewhere. Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
it's a lot what I look forward to, and it's just to kind of like see how polished she's gonna be. Um,
Yeah.
I really do think this is gonna be, not to discredit Jennifer Miranda at all, but I really think Baumgartner is really gonna just outdo herself in this fight. You know what I mean? And really stand out. But I want to see the connection between her and Derek James in this fight, and how
Yes.
do she evolve with him being in her corner now?
Right. I mean that's a great observation. I was going to bring that up with the change in trainer, the change in location, the change in life. Alycia
Yeah.
Baumgartner just moved her entire life to Dallas from Detroit, um, working with Tony Harrison. Um, that relationship is done. Actually, she wasn't even with him in this last fight, but that whole thing is over, and she's made a complete life change, right? Um, she bought I don't know if you saw that picture of that dope Audi truck that she bought. That joint was nice, man. It
I
was
didn't
really
see
really
that
nice. So that paper must be good. It must be good. But seeing her over there with Derek James, um, watching the pad work, I always loved Derek James' pad work. I've always said this. There's a lot of guys who have good pad work, but I don't think it necessarily translate to the ring per se.
Right.
The way he runs his pad work, in my opinion, translates well to the ring. Also, another thing that you see that's kind of Derek James' specialty is showing her how um, to block shots, right? To block shots, parry shots. You see that all in the mitt work that they do.
Right.
Always love that about Arrow. Always love that about Charlo. Love that about Frank. You know what I'm saying? I know
Hmm.
he gets a bad rap when they say guys don't move their head. I mean, Frank moves his head a lot. Charlo moves his head a lot. Um, I think that's just a bad observation from a lot of people. But they do
Right.
block shots. They block hooks a lot. They block jabs. And I love that. So like you, I'm interested in seeing what she's gonna look like with Derek James in the corner. Um, I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of like fundamentally strong boxing, hit the body, hit the head, up and
Yeah.
down
100%.
combination kind of work, So I got her winning this fight pretty clearly. That's
Yep.
no knock or disrespect to Jennifer Miranda. Um, but yeah, I got her winning this one pretty clearly.
Same here.
All right. Moving on to the big dog fight. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. I had a lot of energy for this one. I had a lot to say about it previously. You want me to kick it off, or you want this one?
Yeah, go ahead, kick this one off, bro.
Well, initially when it was first announced, I said that I didn't really see the point in the third fight. Just from my point of view, I didn't see why they would do it again. To me, it had to be some kind of drastic change on the end of Amanda Serrano for this third fight. And the reason why I say that is, first fight I actually gave to Amanda Serrano. I thought she won. I thought she edged it. Second fight, I gave to Katie Taylor, despite what people are saying that Amanda Serrano landed 100 and something more. 100 plus more punches she might have landed.
Shot more, landed more, percentage more.
Yeah. I thought Katie Taylor hit her with the cleaner shots. The fight at the beginning looked like it was going to go a little different. Then you had the headbutts and all that got crazy.
Yeah.
And then it turned into the last fight where she was chasing Katie all night. Katie was fighting off the back foot, backing up, but hitting her with clean, very clean, crisp shots, even though she may have landed less and thrown less. In my opinion, she hit her with the cleaner shots. I thought she clearly won that fight. The reason why I was critical of not wanting to see a third fight is because fight number one and fight number two essentially looked the same. Amanda Serrano essentially fought the same fight in fight number one and fight number two. And my thing is this: same trainer, same training, same everything. Are they really going to switch up the game plan that much? From what she was doing and what she basically always do in order to beat Katie Taylor? Is there enough time for her to make, some big adjustments where this fight won't look the same? I don't know. We're going to find out in 2 days, but I don't know. And that was one of the reasons why I said, I'm not sure if I'm interested in the third fight, because it might look the same. You know what I'm saying? And if it looks the same, she'll probably, by the judges, lose again. What's your thoughts, Joe?
We spoke about this one a lot. I think we both felt the same way. But just giving it just the hype and the build up behind it, I am interested.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, I think Amanda Serrano has to learn, what can I do different to not give the judge the opportunity to slant this in the other direction again.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously, both fights, they threw hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They let them go. You had a high number of punches thrown. I want to say it was almost, was it a record breaking?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was record breaking.
Yeah, so that alone right there just says a lot. So, and then on top of that too, the hype and the build up for this fight, bringing it, saying in New York, Amanda Serrano hometown. Yeah, I mean, it's a big hype, and then on top of that, they're headlining.
Right.
It's a lot for them. It's a lot for them to put on a show to really let it go, and this is a great stage for Amanda Serrano to really take it home this time. You know what I mean? So that's where, it really makes it more excited for me to want to see this fight really take place and happen. So,
yeah.
And I do believe that she's going to take a slightly different approach.
Yeah, I will hope so.
Yeah, to this fight. And then she got to know, too, with Katie Taylor, she kind of got those old school ways where she could get a little grimy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it's always comes out in the second half of the fight once it gets grueling, those later rounds. Can Amanda adjust to Katie Taylor once that happens?
Right. And don't get me wrong. I know when I say I didn't necessarily want to see it, it wasn't based on the entertainment factor. It's going to be an entertaining fight.
Oh, yeah.
The first two fights were crazy entertaining. and and we understand that, and so I know it's going to be another entertaining fight as well. So I just want to put out there for the people and let them know that it's not that. It's not like I didn't enjoy watching the fights. It was a lot of, what I'm saying? It was a lot of action on those fights. So just want to put that out there. So I want to move on to the next card. This episode is going to be a little longer, and that's cool. Hold on one sec. Okay, but we got a lot to cover, right? So, I want to move on to the next card. This is the Ring magazine. What they call it? Ring 2, Ring 3. Let me see what it's called, man. It's called Ring something, right? It's one of the
I
ring
know it's
cards.
Ring something.
Um,
It's the Ring magazine card. So
right, it's the Ring magazine card. Obviously it's a Turkey Al Sheik card. But this is the cool thing before we really get into it. And I don't even know if people really been paying attention. Turkey has been doing business with everybody, including Al Heyman. So though he has his own thing, he's been incorporating every major promotion into his events. And I think that's cool. He's been creating and giving us these matches that we never thought we would get. Never thought we would get in a record time. And then, it might be some motives behind it, but so what? As fans, we're getting exactly what we want. So, just want to put that out there. I want to focus on just the two major fights. I know Matias is on this card as well, but I want to talk about Shakur versus Zepeda, right?
Zepeda, yeah.
I'll start it off and I'll pass it to you. So it's been interesting with Shakur and how this whole thing has been going. First, you have the no running rule that they essentially instituted. I think it's a go, pretty much. You got my man Showtime the adult running around saying that they got the petition signed, and he's backing it. He's working with the zone, so I'm not too surprised by it, right? But they're gonna have a smaller ring. What was the size of the ring again, Joe?
I think it's supposed to be 18 by 18, but I'm still trying to figure out what's up with the shrinking of the ring as the fight goes longer.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing that
I don't
I'm
know nothing about
interested.
that. I need to find out about that. The shrinking of the ring thing. I didn't read a lot of. I didn't read on at all, actually. So
I don't
need
even
to
get
look
how that's
into that.
possible.
But me neither. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's crazy. I just saw a Shakur interview, and they were talking about how Turkey kind of pokes fun at him, and a lot of this stuff is
Tom and Jerry.
kind of based on him. You know what I'm saying? But Turkey dropping off the bag. He's saying, he getting paid handsomely. He don't care what Turkey do, and he said, he gonna he's gonna make Zepeda pay for all that. He's gonna take all that frustration out on Zepeda. So, give me your thoughts on this fight, man. Break it down for me.
I'm really excited about this fight, to be honest with you. I think this
Yeah.
fight is really going to put Shakur Stevenson to his greatest test yet.
Yeah.
With the pressure of William Zepeda. What's Zepeda's record? Was it 33-0?
Zepeda is 33-0. Yep.
Yeah, 33-0 with 27 knockouts. And he's a bulldozer pressure type fighter. He could take a punch. He does not have no glass jaw. If anybody watched the Tevin Farmer fight, you seen him get cleared with a couple uppercuts, and he still kept on coming. The only thing with Zepeda that I feel like could hurt him, because he's a pressure fighter, he could be off balance at times. But and that could hurt him because you go over swing or whatever. And I think with Shakur being a slick fighter, he'd be able to move in the way he needs to land the punches and hopefully affect Zepeda. But the one thing that I'm concerned about with Shakur is his hand. When you see him fight, what was it, Padley? The last fight, you see him grimace quite a few times in that
Yeah.
fight after throwing that punch. He cannot
Yeah.
have that going against a fighter like William Zepeda. And if he does, Shakur is going to be in huge trouble.
Did you see his hands after the fight?
How he was holding it?
No, like how swollen and stuff they were.
Oh yeah, I did see like the swellingness. Like that hand don't look good at all, bro. Like, and he has like the boxer hands, the people that messed him up, where
Mhm.
when you see him talking, it's always kind of like hell, like they're holding a ball all the time. So
Right.
that kind of makes me kind of concerned with him going into this fight. Yeah, you about to get paid handsomely, but
Yeah.
as a spectator watching it, y'all don't get fooled by the talk. A lot of people could talk loud and bold, but we gotta really see
Right.
what he do Saturday night when he step in that ring against Zepeda. So.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree with everything you said. I think I do think that especially if this shrinking ring thing is true, he's gonna have to he's probably gonna let his hands go a bit more, which is gonna be very entertaining because that's what people want, but it can cause a problem for his hands. So that's something to kind of take in consideration. I do think defensively though he's going to be able to make the small little adjustments to miss shots and the parry. Um, I don't know, man. It's kind of a toss up. I know everybody is saying that, Shakur by a mile and all this different stuff. They say that in every single fight, and for the most part, it's true. Um, but he's stepping up in competition. You know what I'm saying? His competition's going up. I don't think this is a walk in the park, even with his great defense. Um, you know, Zepeda got pop, so you got to deal with that too. Every boxer gets hit, no matter how slick you are. Floyd got hit, you know what I'm saying? Ali got hit. Every boxer gets hit. And there's no such thing that you are so slick to the point. I mean, if you're not getting hit, then you William Skull at this point, right? You running. So I think this is gonna be a tough fight. Um, I I do have Shakur pulling it out. I think he's
Ooh.
going to be able to do enough, and I think he's going to be able to be defensive enough, but also offensive enough to pull this fight. But I think it's going to be a heck of a fight. I think it's going to be way more entertaining than his last few outings because of more so of his because of his opponent, William Zepeda.
Mhm.
Um, it's going to bring out um, a bit more out of him. And you could tell just from the lead up, from the interviews and everything like that, like the way he's prepared, the way he's trained, he's prepared to get in there. It's been a lot. And again, Turkey himself has been very critical of his performances. So now he's going to put on. That's a little dangerous because you should be who you are and do what you do best, no matter what people say.
Right.
But he's young and he wants to prove a point. And I'm sure he's gonna mix it up because they're gonna talk a little bad about him if he doesn't. So that's my take, man.
Well, since you
That's my take.
gave your prediction on it,
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
love to see Shakur win this fight,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm going with Zepeda on this fight.
Oh man, they gonna start
Southpaw to
calling you
Southpaw.
Underdog Joe.
Huh? Hey, that plus 700 is looking real good to take.
Yeah, it is looking good. It's looking great. It's looking great, man. Yeah, let's move on to the main event. Edgar Berlanga versus Hamza Sheeraz. Interesting fight. Interesting
Yes.
fight. Um, I think it's a good fight.
Yeah.
It's Yeah, I think it's a decent fight. I think it's a decent fight for where they both are in their career. What's your thoughts, Joe?
To me, I believe this is going to be a 50-50 fight. We have Hamza Sheeraz coming up
Mhm.
in weight for
Mhm.
this fight, so
Yeah.
he's going to be fighting at his true weight. Um,
Yeah.
you got Berlanga, who's used to fighting at this weight,
Yeah.
but you're also going. It's a huge height difference. I want to say what Berlanga got him by not Berlanga. Shiraz got him by what, a good 6 inches
Yeah.
height wise,
Yeah.
and so I think that reach is going to play. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like Berlanga is going to be obviously swinging for the knockout, but
Yeah.
I think technically with Shiraz, he's going to really have to box him. But you got to think about it too. Shiraz, that last fight he had, he got a lot to prove in
Yeah.
this fight because against
Yeah.
Adonis, they kind of gave him that fight, I believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so this one is going to be very interesting. Toss up. Oof. I feel like if Berlanga wins, it's going to be a knockout. But if they go in deep waters, I think Shiraz may pull it out.
I agree with. I pretty much agree with that. I think, um, it's always interesting when you fight Canelo. You learn a lot about yourself. A lot
Yes.
of boxers. Um, and by the way, even though Berlanga lost to Canelo, he gave a valiant effort. It was action packed. He was not
Hmm.
scared. He was not timid.
Stood in
Um,
there.
yes, he got dropped, but he got back up and kept fighting. And that says a lot about who he is and what he's about. And fighting Canelo for a lot of people can be a large learning experience, right? Shiraz hasn't fought anybody on the level of Canelo, but he's a really good boxer. Um, but you pretty much took the words out of my mouth. I got Berlanga possibly winning by knockout. But if it goes into deep waters, I got Shiraz possibly winning um by points.
Yes.
As he's more of a bit more of a technical boxer than Edgar Berlanga is, but Berlanga gonna push forward. He gonna let them hands go. Um, and he got thumped. So
And he's fighting in
this
front of his
is
home crowd. So
yeah, and this is kind of it's interesting to say this because it's kind of a middle of the road fight for both. And what I mean is, and what's been said is that if Hamza wins, he's probably gonna get the Canelo fight.
right.
If Edgar wins, I'm not exactly sure where he's going. He probably
You
wants a
mentioned
rematch.
Munguia first.
Right. Jaime Munguia, that would be a good fight. But he's been kind of already to the mountaintop. But if he
Right.
wins this fight, wins against Munguia, he can potentially go back to Canelo for more money, and it'd be a bigger fight. Um.
Caleb Plant.
Oh yeah, they've been throwing some crazy dirt at each other. That'd be a good
Be
fight. That would
Munguia or
be a good
Caleb.
that would be a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be a good fight. It would be a nice get back kind of fight for Caleb. Berlanga is going
Even
to
if
be a
he
tough fight
lost,
for
I could see him going for Caleb next. Caleb just lost that
him.
fight off the decision,
Yeah,
so that'd be a good
very
bounce
true.
back for
Very
the
true.
both of them. To be honest with you.
Good bounce back. Tough fight for both of them. So yeah, man. My prediction is the exact same as yours, man. That's how I see it, bro.
Uh,
Yep.
yeah.
Listen, man, anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here? This episode is a bit longer, it's almost 40 minutes, but we wanted to get in and really chop it up and give some content. So anything you want to say to the people, anything you want to, give to them?
To everybody, just stay tuned. Continue rocking with us, y'all. And Post My Will podcast. We're on TikTok. Rock with us on Instagram. We're on Facebook. And obviously the YouTube channel to continue to support the page. We want to appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for sticking with us. Um, but yeah, make sure y'all load in for these fights this weekend. Get in the comments. Let us know what you want to see more of. Give us some more feedback. Um,
Yes.
But yeah, y'all stay tuned. We got a lot of good boxing this month. So
Absolutely, tons of stuff. We'll be back with y'all next week for another drop, man. There's so much to talk about, so you know what I'm saying. Stay tuned. Pose my will. Peace.
peace.